watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Tony, welcome to Go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
Alright, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knock 'em Dead Radio Show. You're gonna keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Remember, because what you hears today, you got to tell the birthed tomorrow. I'm looking behind us now, across the count of time, down the long hall, into history back. I sees the end, what with the start. And somebody did come.
Hello. Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show, coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York. We are on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the YouTube channel, the Facebook page. Please follow the Facebook page. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And, yeah, do all that social media stuff, following and sharing and liking. Please tell everybody you know about all the great shows at Governor's Comedy Club Podcast. I'm taking a breath. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Mike's here.
I'm going to give you the big greeting that you said. Hello. got a better greeting for my draft notice.
You're contagious.
Oh, misery?
Yes. How are you, pal?
Uh-huh.
Nice to see you.
Oh, it's great to be here.
John says hi already.
Oh.
He says, oh, my God, he says. All right, let's get right into this. Share all the pages and subscribe and thank you.
Nice.
You have stuff you'd like to talk about.
I do.
So
the first thing that I'm really irritated about.
Okay.
Do you mind?
Mind what?
That I bring it up?
No, that's why you're here.
I'm irritated. Very irritated.
About?
The other day, I was at work. And
I'd be irritated too.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
He's calling already.
Oh, he's interrupting the flow.
Go ahead. Tell him that. Tell him.
You're interrupting the flow, Mr. Rusiello.
Before you start the show, get off the phone. I don't even know you're alive. Get off the phone. Okay.
I'm not.
All right. Before you start the show,
yeah,
I have a couple of things I have to say.
Okay.
All right. First of all, do you realize it's the same shirt he wore in the wintertime, but he just cut the sleeves? Look at the shirt.
He cut the cheese? Is that what he said?
I can't talk. I got no teeth in my mouth. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. Stop breaking my chops. All right? I spent $30,000 and they still didn't give me get my teeth yet. I'm getting implants.
For $30,000, I'll pull your teeth out for you.
Yeah, but look. It's the same shirt. Look at the shows.
No, I happen to purchase this particular type of garment at a place called Savers. Just
well, okay. Yeah, you're full of shit. You're Trish, cut the sleeves off. So listen, Tony, this is a very serious. I want to get serious for a second.
Okay.
Yesterday I mentioned a guy named John McSherry, and you said, "Oh, wow, you know everybody." Well, I'm going to tell you something about John McSherry.
Okay.
All right. Nobody knows what kind of guy, what kind of humanitarian John McSherry was.
No kidding.
All right. Now let me give you a background about John McSherry. John McSherry went to Levittown High School in the Bronx, which that's where I know you. I mean, he was 10 years older than I was, but we were very close in the Bronx area.
Wow.
And we used to we went to the same dances and the whole night. Well, anyway, John McSherry went to Talentine High School. From Talentine High School, he made it big because he went to St. John's University.
I did not know that.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm because that's how close John was. John was almost in my wedding party.
Wow.
All right. But yes. So John from when he graduated St. John's, he went to, and we used to tease him. We used to say he went to barber college, but he went to baseball umpire college. Okay. Now that being said, he's now a professional umpire.
Right.
He comes back to Talentine High School just to see the old neighborhood, and he realizes that the neighborhood that we were all in, even though I was in a different parish, we was in the same neighborhood, was depressed. And the Talentine stopped their baseball program, all right, because they didn't have enough money for uniforms and equipment.
Okay.
What John did, and I'll never forget this, what John did, because he was an umpire, he couldn't get involved with the sports companies because of a conflict of interest.
Oh.
But he went to the local priest. I think the priest's name was Father Lloyd at the time. He made a call to Spaulding. And he said, listen, I can't get involved in this. Please don't give me up in this. But Talentine is the parish is broke. Like most of the Bronx parishes were going in the South Bronx and the East Bronx in those days.
Yes.
And could you help them out? Well, Spaulding gave Talentine all the equipment, the shoes, the cleats, everything, and he brought back
he brought back the baseball team for the kids in Palatine. On the other hand, on the best note, there's a guy that you're familiar with that was a Mets player and only pitched 1 or 2 games. That was a New York City cop, my dear friend Steve Dillon, who's still alive. All right, and you mentioned he pitched the All-Star game or the Old Timers game, and Steve volunteered some time to train these kids or to coach these kids.
Wow.
Right? So I just want to say, everybody I talk about, I have proof. You know, I'm not one of these guys that say I knew this guy, I knew that guy, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. Everybody I talk to or everybody I mention, I have proof, and the proof is the guy to the left, because he's been in my house, and my wife liked to put all my newsletters and all this crap on the walls, which I didn't approve of. But the most famous guy I know now is Kaplan and you. But in my heyday, but that's what kind of guy Johnny McSherry was. He weighed 380 pounds. Just to let you know.
Is that how, yeah, I remember we were guessing yesterday how big he was. Yeah.
He's 380 pounds. He's buried in Gator Heaven Cemetery, and to this day, there's people in that go to Gator Heaven Cemetery, which is up in Westchester County, that visit his grave.
He was a great umpire.
He was.
Absolutely.
He was, but he was from the Bronx. He was nuts. He loved to argue. I remember him arguing with Tommy Lasorda. You know, because every time I'm not a baseball fan like you are, but every time he was on TV, if I could, we would watch him.
Yeah, sure.
Because and we would call him up, and he would give stupid signs, and stuff like that. But he did put sparks on knives and forks. That's one thing about John. John wasn't afraid of eating.
Well, I'm actually I'm thrilled to hear all this. I think this is all fantastic stuff. And yes, as a baseball guy, I'm thrilled.
Yeah, well, you would appreciate it because you're like that with your organizations.
Yes,
and that's why I'm speaking about that, because I consider you a hero. You know, as John was. I mean, John brought back to the old neighborhood, which was, I think that's fantastic. You volunteer, you did, and it was no. John was an amazing man. God took him too early.
Wow.
Really, God took him too early.
and the way it happened too. I mean, again, we talked about that yesterday. You know, I mean, it was on TV for everybody to see, for crying out loud. What? That's
well,
terrible.
I mean, I know for a fact he was dead before he hit the ground.
Yeah, I've heard people say that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was dead. I mean,
were you watching it at the time?
Yeah, well, the whole neighborhood. There was a bar that we used to hang out. I'm not going to mention a bar, but there was a bar that we used to hang out with. You know, I mean, it was opening day. You know, and it was a big. You know, and like I said, he would touch his grown. You know, he would do good things like to acknowledge the old neighborhood. You know, and we would laugh and well, I mean, half the bar started to cry. You know,
wow.
Because
I bet.
By the way, another fact that nobody knows, he went to Duke University twice to lose weight.
Yes, I do remember him trying to lose. Him and there was another big umpire. Oh, Eric Gregg, another guy, umpire who was really big, and he's actually passed away now too. But I do remember that it was documented that the two of them were always trying to lose weight.
Yeah, he went to Duke University because listen, you've never seen me, but I'm no slouch in the knife and fork business either. All right, I'm a 280 guy, you know.
Wow.
But since I've been sick. But he really had an illness. It wasn't. He had a problem. He had an addiction. Mm-hmm. All right, but the nicest man you ever wanted to meet in your life, he would leave the ballpark and kids wanted an autograph or something, and he would take balls and he would pick up balls and give them out to the kids. He was great.
Mike takes balls too, but that's a different story.
Mike make I don't want to say it, but I've had a great life. I've been with presidents that I can prove. I've been with dignitaries, and most importantly, I'm next to Kaplan here. All right?
Well, I am going to yell at you for a second because You yell at me because you say I don't take compliments well. Well, I'm going to yell at you because you always feel the need to say I have proof. We believe you when you say these things. We totally believe you.
I've seen
I
the
know you
proof.
do, but I just there's some people on your show that says that they are. That,
Well, yes.
But
we're not looping you two together.
No, but
right.
but listen, I'm not. My life is I'm retired. I'm happy. I'm good. And just to let you know, Mr. Kaplan is threatening to come down to visit me. So I don't know if that's going to be factual
It's not
or not.
threatening. I'm
But
coming
he's
July
threatening
2nd.
to come down and visit me.
He just said July. He just said July 2nd. He's coming down.
July 2nd. Okay.
Were you not aware of that?
He was.
But listen, he's been telling he was coming. I'm in Florida 3 years.
Yeah.
He's been telling me for 3 years he's coming down.
Oh, he's never been there yet?
No.
No, has never been there yet.
Should
3
we
years.
should we take bets on whether he's actually going?
You're gonna lose.
Well, listen.
Calm down.
Oh, sorry.
You can lay 6 to 5 with your rent money. All right.
I don't even know what that means.
Show, guys. I don't want to have you good show. Mr. Kaplan, very nice to see you.
Oh, very nice to
you,
see you. I can't
you,
see you.
brother.
Love to hear your
I
voice.
love you, brother.
I love you,
All
brother.
right? When you come down, we'll go shopping for shirts. Talk to you later.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Now, all right. So I let John go every time he says goodbye. I let him go because sometimes I don't know if he has his nurse or whatever. But John, I know he's still watching. So John, we do believe you. However, I'm not. I'd like to see the picture of you and your wedding party. I'd like to see John McSherry, not because I want to see proof.
No, he
just
wasn't
out
there.
of curiosity.
But I've been to his house a million times when he lived here in Patchogue before he ditched me.
Before he flat left New York.
Flat left him and his lovely wife.
He had a great life. He loved it so much he left it.
He did.
Son of a bitch.
But I saw
bastard.
him pictures with Liberace.
Oh, no kidding.
Very close to Liberace. Jackie Mason. He got a kiss from Luciano Pavarotti, one of my idols. You don't know who Luciano Pavarotti is?
When did I say that?
Oh, because you're looking very quizzical.
No, my quizzical look is I hear you, phenomenal singer.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want a kiss from him.
What?
I'd want a kiss from Anne Margaret or Linda Carter. Like not.
Well, why do you have to go down the rabbit hole of sex? This is one of the
Well,
best.
it's not even
singers
really
in
sex.
history.
It's just beautiful women. I don't want to,
He was that voice was touched by God.
I agree 100%.
God.
I agree 100%, but that doesn't mean I want him to kiss me.
Oh, but I've seen him pictures with. I think he told me the story, and I saw a picture of him with Henry Kissinger. He played cards with Henry Kissinger. Wow. Yeah, John's a pretty.
What? So through the police force, he got some like security gigs on the side or something?
I think it was a combination of things. Security gigs. He just knew people from new people, and he got to be friendly with them. And he's got obviously, he's got a magnanimous, like that word, magnanimous personality.
Oh yeah.
So people are very drawn to him.
Yeah, I can totally see that without a doubt.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Andy Plajanos, thanks for the story, John. Very cool. Glad to hear what a great guy he was. Huh. You should see how generous Tony is with his time to sex workers. He's like Mother Teresa, sort of.
Oh, God.
Andrew Fremder, I like Mike's shirt. He looks like a partially cloudy day.
I don't get it.
The shirt, kind of looks like a cloudy sky.
If this is a cloudy sky, he must be on shrooms.
Well, there's some blue and there's some black and there's some gray and and white. So that's like a cloudy sky, partially cloudy sky. It's all right. It's not an insult. It's all right.
All right. I happen to like this garment.
He didn't say it was a bad shirt. He just said it's like a partially cloudy day. I knew a chick that flat left me when I refused to pay for her breast implants. Oh, my goodness. All right. Have you ever met a president?
No. I think the most famous person... I have met Pavarotti. I got his autograph.
Oh, okay.
I told you that story.
I think you did.
H. Norman Schwarzkopf put his arm around me after Desert Storm. That
No
was
kidding.
a highlight.
That's cool.
At the they had that ticker tape parade.
Oh, yeah. I do remember. I don't know why, but I do. I remember
was
that.
walking in uniform, and there he was with all the security guard, and he just muddled his way through, and he put his arm around me. He was a giant of a man.
He's dead, right?
Yeah, I hope so. They buried him.
Yeah. John comments, what What I said, he almost was in my wedding party. Got married in October. He was on the road. Oh, my apologies. I missed that. I didn't hear you say that. My apologies.
I know it's your program, and I don't want to cast aspersions on you. I don't want to be didactic or facetious in any way. Can you please pay attention?
What'd you say? All right. So you were just about to get into something when Mr. Rusiello called. So what do you said you're angry about something? Is that what you said?
I'm a little irritated about something.
Okay.
And I know everyone has different tastes in cake.
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 Cake. The other day I'm at work, and there's this lovely woman who volunteers at Angels of Long Island. Nice plug I just gave them.
Well, you should plug it more.
I do thrice a week. Yeah, well, got that. So this lovely volunteer, every time she comes in, she bakes a beautiful cake the night before and brings it to the staff. So someone was saying, "Oh, have a piece of cake, Mike. It's absolutely delicious." So I'm eating it, and it's lemon cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
I took a couple bites, and I'm like, wait a minute. So I got to thinking, pondering about life's mysteries.
Life's cakes.
Life's cakes, mysteries. And I'm like, why would anybody... I don't think fruit should be any part of the equation with cake. It should just be vanilla or chocolate. And I know you're a chocolate guy. I'm a chocolate guy.
I'm a big chocolate guy.
You know, I like vanilla frosting, but why put fruit? If you want a piece of fruit, have a piece of fruit.
I agree.
Do you have to put it in the cake? It ruins the cake. Because cake, just like that peanut butter cup we had.
Yes.
It's an experience.
Yes.
Do you want to eat something like lemony or orangey or whatever kind of fruit?
No.
Thinking, oh, I'm eating something that's supposed to be healthy, but it's in cake? Cake is a wonderful experience.
I'm very...
Well,
I'm not the guy to
similar.
talk to about food, you know, but because I hate...
Me and you are not
everything.
foodies, no.
Not at all.
We're not foodies.
Just this morning, as a matter of fact, coincidentally, a woman I know on Facebook, she posted 60 different types of foods.
Okay.
And she dared anybody to beat her as far as the amount of foods on this list that she didn't eat. And her number was 21. There were 21 out of 60 foods on this list that she didn't eat.
So she has not ever tasted.
No. Doesn't eat, doesn't like.
Oh, I see.
So again, her post was, "I dare you to beat me. I don't eat 21 of these items."
Oh, you must have.
I went through the list. It's 60 items. So I commented. I said, "This is no joke." I said, "I'm telling you, no joke." I said, "But I have you beat 58." Peanut butter and prime rib were the only two things on that list of things that I like to eat.
Wow.
Out of 60, 58 things that I don't like.
That's a good competition because I think I'm up there too. There's a lot of things I don't like.
You know what? Maybe I should find the list.
But what about the fruit involved with cake?
I don't understand a lot of things. Like, how did people come up with
the big
eating
fruit
that?
cake in Christmas? It weighs like 37 pounds. Here's a nice Christmas fruit cake.
Right.
I don't understand it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand a lot of things, like how people came up with an idea of like putting, this with that. Or
Yeah.
I talk about it a lot in here. Years ago, we had a comedian in here. His name is Joe DeVito. Famous comedian. He's on TV a lot. And he he's on Fox. I believe it's Fox News a lot. And he was
Joe DeVito, he talks funny. Is he on the Greg Gutfeld show?
Yes.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, little guy with glasses.
He's very funny.
Very funny.
Very funny.
And he he plays the club a lot. I know Joe. He used to come in here a lot. I'm not sure. I have some thoughts, but I'm not sure why I don't officially know why he doesn't come in here anymore. But he used to come in here a lot. But there was one day he came in and he said, about a week ago, I drank the sweat of a toad. Like, it's supposed to have, it's almost supposed to be like LSD or mushrooms. It's supposed to be mind-altering type.
Yeah.
But he said, it changed the way I view life. It altered the way I think. He goes, I'm a new man. And I was like, what? My point is, who thinks to do that? Who thinks of mixing certain foods together? Who thinks of taking plants and shoving it in your face.
No, I know.
Who thinks to
I
to
don't
lick
know.
the sweat of a toad? Like
Well, my
lemon cake. Who thinks to
lemon
make cake out of lemons?
I don't know. There's so many like these great chefs out there that mix all these foods together. Oh, it's delicious. My question.
Yeah, I found the list.
Oh, you found the list. My question is, how did they get the sweat of the toad? They put the toad on a treadmill and they had like little reservoir. They
No, I have no idea. I have no idea. I didn't even think to ask
the
that.
sweat of a toad.
I don't know if you just
was
wipe
it a
his
joke?
head. No. He
It
was
was
dead
serious.
serious. He was dead. Joe's a very funny guy.
He is
and as funny as he is, he can be just as serious. He's a deep guy. He's a very deep
he is
guy.
a deep guy.
Oh yeah. I remember he told me a story once. He went on stage one night, and he just, I think it was that day or the day before, had a bad breakup with a girl that he was with for a while.
Oh.
He went out there and just, guys, I'm not in the mood to tell jokes, man. He goes, I just had a bad breakup. And he said it was like a group therapy session. He goes, and it was magical. He said everybody felt it. Everybody was kind of into it.
Yeah.
And they all just talked about life and breakups and broken hearts and moving on. And he said it was wonderful.
Well, there's a fine line between laughing and crying.
Comedy and tragedy, right.
Comedy and tragedy,
But-
absolutely.
But I give him credit. I would not have the balls to do that. If I'm here, God forbid I have another divorce, or you know what that's like. And I'm trying to say you've been
I
divorced
did a
lot.
show with the original governors in
Well, that's not the original.
on
but
one, not the original,
but it was
I'm
former
mistaken.
governors, yes.
Former governors on 112. The day of
Yes.
my second wife and I breaking up.
I remember that.
We were up all night breaking up,
Yep.
doing all the things, and I did a show with you know who.
Yes, I remember
and which
that well.
was a pretty good show, actually.
Yeah, that's what I had heard too. I
Yes.
remember that. Yes. So here's the list. It's 60 things, and some of them are outrageous, because they're obvious things. Ketchup,
Oh, I know you don't like ketchup. Yeah.
mayonnaise,
Ugh.
salsa,
Man, I could take it or leave it.
black jelly beans, pineapple pizza,
Oh God, that's ridiculous.
sardines, oysters, canned tuna, cotton candy,
Gross.
buffalo wings, Brussels sprouts, mushrooms,
Gross.
liver,
Gross.
prime rib, bologna, black olives, green olives, blue cheese,
Gross.
fried catfish, spam,
Oh.
Caesar salad, potato salad, eggnog,
Ugh.
black coffee, anchovies,
But any coffee. You're not a coffee drinker, are you?
not at all,
Yeah.
horseradish, sauerkraut, chicken gizzards, okra. I don't know what that is.
I think
Okra?
it's a plant that's
Oh.
mainly eaten in the South, I think.
Coleslaw, crab salad, yogurt, sushi, prunes, asparagus, dill pickles, eggplant, cottage cheese, tofu, onions, mustard, raw tomato, beets, crawfish, ranch dressing, spinach, cantaloupe, baked beans, shrimp cocktail, avocado, coconut, hard-boiled eggs, Nutella, peanut butter, marshmallows.
But you like peanut butter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
raising my hand to the two
Yes.
things I like. Peanut butter, marshmallows, green bean casserole, gumbo, frog legs, and artichoke. There are two things on that list that I eat, prime rib and peanut butter. I just read 60 items to you.
Me and you might be in a very strict competition because there's tons of things I don't eat as well.
But your number's not 2 on that list. I'm going to say I have you beat.
You definitely have me
Yeah,
beat.
I'm a freak.
Yeah. But I've known you so long, I know how finicky you are.
Oh, yeah. I'm a weirdo.
No, I don't think you're a weirdo.
Give that drink to Neymar. What?
Huh?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Drink.
Give that drink to Neymar. What's a Neymar?
I was wrong. My line. You were.
How come whenever you read one of my comments, you all of a sudden have a stutter? Yeah. Because, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, so I'm trying to figure it out. Fremder. You won. Don't 59.
Don't 59.
You won. You don't 59. What?
Maybe you won by 59?
I don't know what anybody's talking about today. Some people disagree. A fruit always likes cake.
Oh,
I see. John Rusciello was guessing that I wouldn't like 59 out of 60. And he was close. He missed it by 1. But give that drink to Neymar. I have no idea what that means.
Do you know someone named Neymar?
No, I've never heard that word before. Neymar.
And that food doesn't even include drinks.
Right.
I've never even seen you drink anything but water in all these years.
Oh, yeah, that's all I drink. I hate soda. I hate it.
But you never drank a nice cold glass of orange juice?
All the foods on the list reminds me of how my apartment smelled after I dated a hooker for a month. Oh, my goodness. Orange juice.
Speaking of hookers.
Yeah?
They say.
What do they say?
Great nutritionists say, when you make love to a woman or a prostitute or anything, you lose calories, energy, you could lose weight.
Well,
right?
yeah, just making love in general,
Right.
yeah.
Well, one time I made love to a woman, I lost 3 things. I lost my wallet, I lost my ring, and I lost my virginity. Is this thing on?
I'm going to turn it off. That reminds me. So you didn't make it here last week. We were going to do something last week.
We were?
And I think we should do it today.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Last week we had it set up where, what was it, at noon? We were going to see how long you could sit there and make that face without...
Yes.
All right, so we got to... Are you prepared to do this today? You think you can handle it?
Not right now.
No, at 12.
I'm in a good mood, and usually I'm very miserable.
So you want to wait till next week? You'll probably...
No, I'll do it.
All right, yeah,
I'll
you
do
sure?
it.
All right, so at 12 noon...
But what's the face?
Your face. Yeah. Yep. We're just going to sit here and see how long you can do that.
No
We're going to sit here.
speaking.
We're going to sit here in complete silence to see how long you can sit there and make that face. I'm telling you, I'm going to laugh my ass off.
You could continue the program.
Oh, could I?
Yeah.
All right, may I'll go
And
silent for a
then
few
you could
minutes.
See if you could break it. see how
Okay.
zeroed in I could be.
All right.
It's your program. I'm trying to tell you what to do.
It's Wednesday. It's your program too.
It's Wednesday. Thank
So
you.
yes. So all right. So I'll do that. I'll continue. I'm going to be silent for a minute or two, and then I'll continue the show and see if we
Okay.
can break you. That would be awesome.
Stretching
That
my
made me
muscle.
laugh right there. Woman or prostitute, says Andy. Yeah, that's a good point. Woman or... So you're saying that, yeah, I mean, a prostitute can be somebody other than a woman, but...
Yeah, but the joke is about a hooker because he's
Yeah.
still, his watch, his wallet.
Did you ever hear the...
Flat.
Did you ever hear the joke? The guy goes, he's a young guy, he has no sexual experience. He figures, all right, let me get some experience. So he goes to a whorehouse and goes in and he tells the lady, I want to be with a woman. He's like, well, how much? She's like, well, it depends what you want. He's like, well, I don't have a lot of money on me. She's like, well, she goes, you want to just, do anything, it's $100. She goes, that's too much. She goes, you just want to get laid, 75. He goes, I don't have that. She goes, all right. She goes, well, I'll get you a girl. She'll come in. It's you do a 69. That's $50. He goes, all right. I have $50. He doesn't even know what a 69 is.
Yeah.
But he's like, all right, I got the 50. Great. She goes, all right. Go down to the room on the left. Go in there. He goes in, and he's sitting there. Nice looking girl comes in. She goes, hi. So I understand. You want to do a 69. Oh yeah, sure. I would love that. Again, has no idea. She says, all right. Well, take off your clothes. He goes, oh great. She takes off her clothes. He's like, hey.
Yeah.
She gets down. She sits on his face. She's down by him. He says, oh, this is nice. So her ass is right here. She farts in his face. He's like, pushes her off. So what was that? She goes, I'm really sorry. She goes, I just had lunch. She goes, it's not sitting well. But I'm sorry. She goes, won't happen again. Okay, all right. She gets back on him. Her ass is right here. And she, he pushes her off. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. Look, it won't happen again. I promise. Okay, it won't happen again. Let's continue. She says, all right, great. She gets up. Her ass is right here. Sure enough, that's it. He pushes her off. He jumps out of the bed. He starts putting his clothes back on. She goes, where are you going? He goes, I didn't pay $50 to do that 66 more times. That's an old joke. I haven't told that joke in 30 years at least. Now, you told me before we went on the air that you had a joke. Was that the joke that you wanted to tell?
No, it's about the same length as that one. Is that okay? I hope no one's offended because it's a blonde person joke.
Who cares if they are?
So a Wall Street woman, CEO, sitting in at the end of a bar, watching the 11 o'clock news, right? She's a high-powered woman. She's eating and having a few cocktails.
Yeah.
You about to turn me off?
No.
Oh. And so when this beautiful blonde-haired woman sits 2 seats away from her, so I'm making a long story short, they start chatting it up, and they're watching the 11 o'clock news. You know, similar to like looking at the program up here, right?
Sure.
So they're watching the 11 o'clock news, and there's a story about a man who's about to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge and commit suicide.
Right. So
the CEO lady says to the blonde, I'll bet you $50 he jumps. She goes, you're on. They put the $50 down. They're watching it for a couple of minutes. He jumps, dies. So the blonde-headed woman said, wow, you were right. Here's the $100. And so the CEO lady starts laughing. She goes, I can't take your money. She goes, why? She goes, well, this is a repeat of the 5 o'clock news. I knew he did it. So the blonde-headed woman said, well, I watched the 5 o'clock news too, and I didn't think he would do it again.
That's good. I'm telling you, you should be doing stand-up and making faces after every joke.
Yeah, because my jokes are terrible.
Yeah, but that was funny terrible.
Yeah, because it's a bad joke, but yeah.
And you have Jackie Martling out there telling jokes. I mean, it's all he does. He just tell jokes. But, yeah, I just think it's funny. Neymar is one of the best soccer players in the world. He is Brazilian.
Oh, Neymar.
But
why are we giving him a drink?
Right, but the comment was, give that drink to Neymar. So what does that mean? Is that like some kind of running joke? All the foods on that list reminds me of how many... Oh, I read that already. Neymar sounds like the guy who brought my bags to our room in Jamaica. One time I had a blow-up prostitute doll. The night didn't end well. After I bit her tit, she farted and flew out the window. I actually believe that, because I believe even Fremder would even have trouble with a blow-up doll, prostitute. Uh-oh. For him to call twice, it's not good.
I know, it's not good.
What's a Neymar?
I'm sorry. Only Mike knows this, can attest to this. I have a friend of mine that's from Brazil. Okay, and we're texting as we're talking. She's watching your show as well, but she's talking about this Brazilian soccer player that she knows. And I put down, if you look at comments, because of the delay, I said, give that drink to Neymar. I actually said, give that drink to Andy. All right, and if you look, I try to correct it, but because of the delay. But Mike knows my buddy from Brazil. And Mike, when you do this, when you do your pan face, I'm going to forewarn you. I'm going to mention one word, and you're going to bust out laughing. Goodbye.
Oh,
I like that word, the pansays. Is that what he just said?
Did he?
The pansays, like when I go to serious face.
Oh, I thought he said sad face.
Oh, sad face.
What's the word you said?
Pansays.
That's a word?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I'll tell you right now.
What are you doing? Are you going to shoot me or pull your cock out? What's going on?
Let's see, 427.
Are you looking up the definition of panses?
Yeah. I believe it's a Spanish something.
It's a Spanish something.
Panse 427.
What?
You ready?
Okay.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, son of a bitch. Apparently you're not ready.
What does panse mean?
I don't know. I asked you that.
To pass the Physical Assistant National Certifying Examination, panse. An examinee must reach or exceed the passing score of 350, which is determined via a process called standard setting. So to be a physician assistant, you
have to pass the panse.
The panse.
Panse.
Yes, P-A-N-C-E.
Panse. I passed the panse.
The panse. Now
What did you say?
your
No,
and
panse.
Now drop your jaws and lean forward.
What?
Well, doesn't that happen when you get a prostate examination? Oh, have you? Never mind.
I have once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that joke? These three guys are going to school to become monks, and these three are the top of their.
It already.
They're the top of their class. They get called in
monk school.
In monk school, they're the head of the class in monk school. The head monk, I don't know if he has a title, but the head monk calls these three guys into his office. He says, "Gentlemen, you three are the top three in the class. He goes, you guys are exceptional." He goes, "I have one final exam that I'm going to give you guys right now. If you pass, you go on to be a monk. If you fail, you're out. I mean, completely out."
Wow.
So he has the three of them stand up. You know, they're lined up. They're next to each other, and they're just standing there in front of the head monk. His office door opens, and here comes a naked woman, and she's stunningly beautiful, right? So the class, the student in the middle. Oh, fuck! I totally blew this joke. I'm going to backtrack. He has them stand up in front of him. He has them disrobe. They're naked, and he actually ties with a string, a little bell to their penises. So now they're standing there, and the naked girl walks in. She's stunningly beautiful, and the student in the middle, ding, 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 ding. "I'm sorry, my son, but you failed the test. Please pick up your robe and leave." Yeah. Do you know this one?
No.
Oh, okay. So he starts begging, "Please, head monk, I've been working so hard for this for years. I've dreamt of becoming a monk. I want to serve. Please, Father, please let me, give me another shot, please." He goes, "All right, fine. I'll give you one more chance." It's got the bells hanging off their penises with a string, and another beautiful girl walks into the room, and she's naked, and again, just as stunning. And sure enough, the same student in the middle, ding, 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 ding. "I'm sorry, my son. I gave you another chance. I normally don't even do that. I'm sorry. You're going to have to pick up your robe, and I'm going to ask you to leave. Good luck with the rest of your life." "Fine, Father, fine, fine." So he bends over to pick up his robe, and then the other two, ding, 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 ding.
I'm getting into my character.
Yes, I see that.
But that is a very funny joke.
I like that one.
And that is a Tony Walker joke. Am I wrong?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
Ponce, stop being a wuss. You're such a Ponce. Let's see. Vicky's watching. Hi, Vicky. Can you turn up Mike's mic? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe it's my fault.
Although he's close to the mic, but he's still talking with marbles in his mouth. Everyone here missed the punchline to Mike's joke. Oh, is that true?
Oh, really?
Did you really? Did you guys really miss the punchline, or is it just Vicky? Mickey Delaney says, "Tony, let Andy tell the jokes from now on." When did Andy start telling jokes?
Now that's funny.
All right, so we have. Oh, you know what? There was something I was saving for you. Yeah. Father's first name is Peter. His last name is File. Yep, got it. I had an item here that I was saving just for you, and I hope I can find it now. Ah, here we go. Here we go. New York, my friend. And let me see if you agree with this one. As a man of the roads.
Uh-oh.
As a man of the roads. New York is one of the safest states to drive in. Did you know that? Would you agree with that?
Statistically, they say it is because of the size. Because of the size. But that's a very convoluted... Like that. It's very convoluted because there's other states that have such less traffic. But because upstate, I don't agree with it at all.
Oh.
Because they don't include Manhattan, Long Island. You know, it's a per capita thing.
How do you know they're not including Manhattan and Long Island? I haven't even.
Because
I read one sentence.
Because how could it be? Of course, it's going to have more. It's going to be. Never mind.
Are you all right?
No.
You're about to blow. What
I am
what
about
in the world
to blow.
just happened here?
I am. I'm not because I'm not happy with the roads in New York. It's horrible, especially where I lived.
All right, but we're not talking about the conditions of the roads.
But that has a big reason why.
Absolutely.
Yes. But where did you get that information, man?
Let's see. In safest and riskiest states, riskiest. I have a hard time saying that.
Riskiest.
Riskiest. Safest and riskiest states for driving by car accident fatality rates. Researchers for the law firm Bader Scott analyzed 50 states' car accident.
Bader.
What?
Bader. Master Bader.
He's a
Oh, this
masturbator.
is from a law firm?
Yeah.
No.
Analyzed 50 states' car accident fatality rates per 100,000 residents with data from the National Health Council. In 2023, the United States faced a significant challenge in road safety, with the National Safety Council reporting almost 45,000 motor vehicle fatalities, averaging almost 3,400 deaths per month, which is about 123 daily. Oh, my goodness. Fatal
This is across the country.
Yes. Fatal car accident rates differ across states for a variety of different reasons, the Bader Scott researchers reported. In 2023, SafeWise ranked New York number 3. I don't know what SafeWise is. But SafeWise, it's safe with a capital S, wise, capital W, but it's written as one word. SafeWise ranked New York number 3 for the safest, the safest and most dangerous states for driving. Okay. Based on data from the Insurance Institution for Highway Safety and the Highway Loss Data Institute on driving fatalities in its state, and also looked at causes including speed limits, driver age, drunken driving, and distracted driving laws. New York is by far the safest state, reporting 5 deaths per 100,000 people. With a substantial population of over 19.5 million, New York stands as the safest state with a low fatality rate of 5 deaths per 100,000 people, totaling 1 million deaths, which demonstrates their effective road safety policies in an extremely high-density region. The most dangerous states, Wyoming and Mississippi, of course, are far more dangerous, 27 deaths per 100,000.
Are there other pertinent information on this sheet?
Let me check.
Oh, okay. You know me so well. You know what I'm going to do with it.
No. You better clean that up.
Yeah, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, what you just wrote, masturbator. I see that site, safest and riskiest.
SafeWise?
I don't know what the fuck SafeWise. Who?
Wow.
Safest and riskiest. This is from Bader Scott. This is bullshit, Bader Scott. It's a law firm.
Okay,
Look,
so what?
They're looking for their ambulance chasers.
Would you like to? Should we call them?
How about go on the AAA site?
Okay.
Not the Alcoholic Anonymous site. AAA site for safest drivers
11 minutes.
per state.
I know, Mary. He was in a good mood before that question. May I call in and tell a joke about a nun? Yes, but not yet.
Now,
I want to call in with that joke while he's sitting there with that face.
AAA has the top 10. There's AAA.
AAA is the
I
top.
believe AAA a lot more than Ruth the Bader thing. Now.
And I agree. So what are we talking about? The top 10 safest states to drive in?
Top 10 safest states for driving by car accident fatality rates.
Okay.
New Jersey.
Oh. See, now I'm siding with Bader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Next one, I believe, Hawaii.
Have you ever gone on the road to Hana?
You've been to Hawaii?
I have.
Wow. I didn't know you were a wealthy fella.
Yeah.
Rhode Island, I could see a small. Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota, yeah.
Right.
Utah, a lot of Mormons there. You never know what happens.
Well, there's there's 5 guys, and they all have 18 million wives.
I know. And they're always home pregnant, barefoot, and cooking. Alaska and California.
California's one of the safest
I'm
states.
shocked at that one.
Yeah, I'm shocked at that one.
And Connecticut.
Connecticut, I believe.
Yeah.
Alaska, I believe.
Rhode Island, maybe.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah.
But New Jersey?
As number 1, no less.
Number 1 right there.
You're not helping your argument here.
But it's better than Masturbator.
It's not. They said New York is the safest place. I want to believe that because I live here.
No way. I'm not Googling anymore because I'm taken away from your program. I apologize.
You're not taking away from anything. That's the whole. That's what we do here.
Are we having our first argument after 30 years? 25 years?
No.
Good.
No.
So the end of the joke was the blonde lady said, I saw it at the 5 o'clock news too. And she said, I didn't think he'd do it again.
Nine minutes before the big test. So John, call in after we start the big test. I'll tell you when. I'll tell you when to call in. And don't forget too. He also said he knows one word to say that'll break you. Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
I have an idea of a couple of it, maybe.
All right.
One word he said?
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Oh, someone wrote about AAA. I just got my...
I'm a member of AA.
my first
AAA.
chip on my fender.
Oh, I just got my first chip.
Getting
on my
rear-ended
fender.
in your car is...
known as the deliverance. Never mind. What? Never mind. Turn it back down. Oh.
That's funny.
Did you guys really miss the punchline before? Hello?
Well, maybe. Hello?
Anybody? All right. Let's see. What else? What else do they got? Oh, all right. All right. We have a few minutes left. Oh, I'm going to save that for Andy tomorrow. All right. Older adults shared some things they took for granted in their 20s and 30s. Mary said she heard the punchline.
Mary? I thought Vicky.
No, Mary said Vicky said she didn't hear it.
Oh, she did?
Mary's saying she did. Vicky, just thank you for saying the punchline again.
Oh, you're welcome, Vicky.
Have you ever seen Vicky on this show?
No, I have not.
Vicky has one of the greatest laughs you'll ever hear.
Really?
So
she could be a clack.
A what? Oh, yes,
clack.
a clack. Yes. Yeah. Well, maybe not, because it's a great laugh, but it's almost always followed by a big, loud snort.
Oh.
Which is great when you're doing a show like this or
It's
hanging
funny,
out.
yeah.
But to be a clack
in an audience,
No, that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
She would get thrown out. All right, so we're both older gentlemen. So here's a list of some older things that people took for granted when they were in their 20s and 30s. Let's see what some of their...
Where did you get this from, may I ask? Just the
Might have been BuzzFeed. I'm not sure.
BuzzFeed? Okay.
I'm not sure. But I get a lot of these lists from BuzzFeed. I assumed my immediate family would always be there. Within 3 years, I lost my beloved Nana and both of my parents. As a cruel coda, my very much alive sister has completely cut me off. Sometimes I feel like the last person on earth. I came from a family with lots of loving aunts, uncles, and second cousins on my mother's side. Now they're all gone. So would you say you took advantage of family being there when you were in your 20s and 30s?
You can't ask a guy like me. First of all, I come from a very small family.
Yeah.
And the one who I was really only close to was my father. So I didn't really have an opportunity to take it for granted. I know. Don't you like that I always have a story to a question?
You're not close to your brother?
No.
Oh.
No, not really, no.
All right. Trips to a doctor and hospital stays are becoming a common fixture.
Well, as you get older, sure.
Yeah, with your health and so. Yeah, you
do, because you remember in your teens, 20s, even early 30s, you think you're invincible.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. I could eat what I want, do what I want, stay up all night. Nothing's going to happen to me.
Well, you remember, I was 32 when I was diagnosed with cancer, man.
Young.
Shocked, and
that's
really
a big punch in the throat.
And before that, I think I've never broken a bone. Like I've never really had serious health issues. I had pneumonia once, but it wasn't. It was my doctor called it walking pneumonia.
Pneumonia,
which isn't
I
really
had
that.
the same thing when I was 16. But
yeah,
that just happens to
right.
some
I mean,
people.
that was just a bad cold. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have to be hospitalized. In fact, I was off from work for 6 weeks. That was nice.
Yeah,
that was really nice. But yeah, so I had nothing, and then so you feel indestructible. Boom. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Things I took for granted. Freedom. I feel. Yeah. I feel so bogged down with people I have to take care of. My son, all the pets, all the bills, food for the family. Oh, that's an interesting answer. And also money. I knew I would make more as I advance in my career, and I have. I just didn't know that inflation would jump so high, and it's devoured that increase and more. Yeah, I mean, you can't put a price tag on having kids, but
no,
man, these kids are expensive.
Oh my God,
I've been so tempted to sell them.
I don't think so. The highest bidder. Sometimes you won't even get a bid.
I've been told my son's good looking, so he'll probably get bids.
Hey, listen, I was kidnapped once as a kid, and the ransom, the kidnapper sent a piece of my finger to my father. He said he wanted more proof.
Is that a Rodney joke?
Yes. That's a good one, though, isn't it?
That is good.
Yeah.
And even you telling it was good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I always thought that someday I would have my shit together. I'm 36 next month.
36. He's still a young man, young
true.
person.
But he's right, though. I remember thinking that, too.
Oh, God.
Oh, when I hit 60, I'll be all good, and I'll look back on my days. And no, life is still a mess.
It is a mess.
And I still things are still nutty and unorganized and crazy and wild, and I have no money.
Same, yeah.
I don't know how anybody retires, really. Not that I want to retire, because I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
Right, yeah.
Plus, it keeps the health, the mind.
Oh, absolutely.
I had in my time at the phone company, I was fortunate that I only worked under, I think it was 3 different guys who were the president of our local union.
Mm-hmm.
The first guy being the best. What a tremendous leader he was. In fact, I had a personal connection to him. That's how I got the job. He was unbelievable. But the guy that took his place after after the first guy retired, I personally liked the guy, but there were some questionable things. There were some rumors about certain things. I was once fighting a battle at work, and he actually called me up. I had one of the managers who was wildly hated man, and we were all just looking for an opportunity to get him. And I had him dead to rights for something. And this guy did call me up and said, "All right, you're going to leave him alone." I said, "What?" He was, "Yeah, you're going to leave him alone." Okay. And I followed orders. So, so of course.
Wow.
And then that's why I started thinking maybe there was an envelope under the table,
Yes. Yeah.
So this guy, as the years went on, he became less and less liked. And and he was very smug. Like, he knew people didn't like him, and he would say things to fuel the fire, and he was very smug about it. And I think it was one of these things. I think he really thought he could never be voted out. Like, I think he thought he'd always have support. So sure enough, eventually he did get voted out, and he didn't take it well, and he moved down to Florida and decided to retire, but was doing nothing, but literally would start drinking, from what I'm told, at like 10 in the morning, and would just drink all day, to the point where it affected his brain. Like, he really was doing some weird things, saying weird things, and then he eventually he got one of those scam phone calls where they told him he won $500,000. He said, "Oh, all right, well, what do I got to do?" "Well, you have to pay for this, and you have to buy this." And he started doing it. He spent thousands upon thousands because once they saw they had a sucker, they kept calling him. "All right, thanks for doing this, but now you got to buy that.
Right.
Now you got to pay for this." And this went on, and people were trying to tell him, "Hey, look, you got to stop it." He wouldn't stop drinking. He wouldn't stop spending this money. He wasn't listening to anybody, and he really went. So his wife, I think, was starting to have enough of this as well.
Yeah.
They get into a really bad argument, and he beats her up. He gets arrested, makes bail, later on that night, right? So he gets out of jail. The very next day, he goes back to his house with a knife and tried to kill her.
What?
Yeah, this was just last year. He ends up in jail. You can Google it. It's there.
Yeah.
He goes to jail, and then just last month. He goes to jail, but then they did label him as mentally incompetent. So now he ends up in a loony bin.
Yeah.
And then just last month he died of pneumonia there. But he was probably in his early 70s, I believe.
Wow.
But this is a guy that thought he was untouchable. And talk about a guy who thought he had his shit together, right? Let's see. All right, I took time for granted. Time to travel, time to try new things.
That is absolutely correct. I think we all do that.
Take time for granted?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you never get that back. Never.
I used to drive my kids to and most days would drive them to and from school. I take that back. I picked them up almost every day. They took the bus in the morning most of the time, but I would pick them up almost every day. And sometimes it was a pain in the ass. It's 3 o'clock. It's right in the middle of the day. I had to, if I was in here, I had to, get out of here to go pick them up or whatever I'm doing. To go get, or if they, if one had to pick one up, but then one was staying after for whatever reason for extra help, or they were in a club or something, so then I'd, have to go back an hour or two later.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, there were days I'm like, this sucks. Or there were actually days I would text them, take the bus, take the late bus.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I'm telling you, the day after Zach graduated, so Zach's younger. The day after he graduated high school, immediately I'm like, "Fuck, I miss it." I had time in the car. I mean, it was only 10 minutes, but I had time in the car with the kids to just talk about anything or joke around.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I did. And I still to this day. I mean, I still I have my time with them, but
yes,
but I do. I miss it every single day. I'm like, shit.
May I interject?
Of course,
real
you can.
quick.
Yeah.
I never spent a snowstorm with my son. I never took him sleigh riding.
Oh, wow.
Because I always worked in the snow.
Right.
And after the snowstorm, I was so tired.
Right.
And even to this day, he hates the snow. And he even told me maybe 6 or 8 months ago we were having this conversation.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, I remember that. We never played in the snow."
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
but I
that's
listen
funny. I
to
never
Sir
thought of that.
Anthony Hopkins a lot.
He's great.
He's great. And just this morning, he said,
What do you mean? He has a podcast?
I follow him on all the socials.
What, he just posts stuff?
Yeah, he posts things all the time.
He's
incredible.
Yeah.
And it was this beautiful little video montage he made, and it says, "You'll never get back time." That was the thing.
Right.
Spend the money on a weekend with your wife and kids.
Or in your case, on a hooker. A male hooker.
A male hooker, yeah. As long as it's a monk. Yes.
A monk hooker.
Yes.
A mooker.
A munker.
A monker.
Because you take time for granted. You don't get any time back.
Right.
Spend the money. Go shopping. Buy sneakers you can't afford, which I do.
Which,
right?
yeah, which you convinced me to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, because who cares? You could always make money.
You're absolutely right.
But you could never get back time. Never.
Lisa said this to me years ago, and I brought it up to her recently. She doesn't remember saying this to me about money. You'll always have it. It's always there, yet you never have enough. But it's always there.
That's a great statement.
Yep. But
I wonder where she got that
She
from.
doesn't remember saying it to me. But I'm telling you.
She doesn't remember saying it?
Nope. I'm telling you, she said years ago. You know, we're on our second act. It was during the first
Right.
act.
During the first act.
I'm telling you, she said it to me. She has no recollection of ever hearing that saying or saying it to me.
Can you say that one more time, please?
But I don't know if I'm saying it in the right order or anything,
Yeah.
but it's, money. You'll always have it. There's never enough.
That was the third, I think.
Yeah. You'll always have it.
You can always make
You
it.
can always get it, or it's always around or something, or it's always available.
But you'll never
something
have
like that.
enough. Wow.
Yep. Yeah. And time. I do, and I miss, and I know you too. You enjoyed. You're a good father. You enjoyed time with your son.
Mm-hmm.
Like Zach was such a funny little kid. I do. I miss that little kid sometimes.
Yeah.
I just want to hang out with him, and play with him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, where was I? There's two
Time
more.
should be on the top of the list.
Well,
actually.
I don't know if this is in like any particular
Yeah.
order, but all right, I have two left, and then look at that, we're running late. I regret listening to what other people thought I should do. Now I find that I have lost whoever I am. I lost who I am and never listened to that spirit that I was. Yeah, I actually agree with that.
I don't think I really understood who I really was until I was about 45.
What happened at 45 that you...
I think I just started really growing up at 45 years old.
So at 45, you were like, fuck, I'm a dick. Not yet. Let me read this last one, then we're getting to it. Growing up in the 1960s, we knew we could eventually grow up, but never grow old. We thought the fun decade would go on forever. Now I am old, and my friends are dying from not taking care of themselves. I sort of took care of myself, and I'm not doing too badly. I just don't want to be alone, and all the old friends are all gone. All right, there's a nice little sad,
All right, so I'm going to do the sad
topic.
face, right? Do
Yeah.
I get any extra credit if I cry or start to cry?
You start
Nothing?
to cry?
Yeah. I want to show you.
Do you want to cry? What's the matter with you?
First of all, people don't realize crying is actually very cathartic.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a cleansing, right?
Okay,
And
yeah.
I'm not saying that's what I'm going to do here.
After
but
the show, you need a cleansing.
yes, I go and take a shower, I cry, and I curl up in a fetal position on the bed underneath the covers. I can't believe I just did that.
Yeah, I do too.
No, I want to show you because you gave me such a good compliment the other day about the Mr. Potter thing. I want to show you what that I really try to be a very good actor.
But that's not... Is that what we're talking about?
No.
All right, so I know you're a good actor. I don't need to see you cry.
Oh, okay.
No, this is just how long can you hold that face. That's what this is. All right, before we start, Vicky was asking what a clack is. Vicky, a clack is basically a studio audience on a TV show. That's basically what it is. And
No. A clack is
the
someone
people that
that's
they make
hired.
you laugh. Hired to laugh?
A clack is hired by the entertainer as a plant in the audience that has such a good laugh to get everybody around them laughing.
Oh,
Yes.
see, I thought it was just for TV shows.
No.
Like we need people in the audience to laugh at the funny stuff. So
No.
Oh, so it's anything, any comedy.
Yes.
Is it just laughing, or is it like any reactionary people?
Laughing.
Just laughing.
Someone that has a great laugh.
Okay. Yeah, Vicky, get rid of the snort, and you can get hired as a clack. From there, as I get older, it's a good thing during the pandemic my proctologist was doing virtual visits. Inflation is definitely high. The price of implants are ridiculous. Mary, I was 33 when Mary, you had cancer at 33?
Ooh.
So you got cancer yesterday. You see what I did there?
Oh, nice.
Mary, I don't know how old you are.
Nice.
I don't know if you want to tell us. What kind of cancer and how long ago was that? But, what kind of cancer and are you okay now? It seems like you are. We hope you are. From there, when I turned 43, my father said to me, when I was your age, I was 43. Oh, my God. It's so bad. See, that makes me want to, go home and take a shower.
Oh, yeah. I feel filthy after that.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. You tell me the face you want. I will.
Just the face. That face. John, I'm going to give Mike the go-ahead, and then I'll let you know when you call in with that joke. Or what would you rather do, John? Would you rather tell us the word that's going to break Mike first, or would you rather call in with the joke? All right. I'll let you know, though, when you can do however you want to run that. But, all right. He's taking a drink of water from his fancy gay water.
I got it over the joint here.
The joint here. What, next door?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? They don't have fancy people in Levittown.
Fiji.
Why are they selling fancy water in Levittown? Natural, what is that? Artisan water? Artisan.
Yeah. Where did you go to Hicksville High School?
Yeah, can't you tell? What is artisan? What is that? Is that what area of the world would that be?
What does that say?
Artisan.
Natural artisan water. What does artisan mean? I don't know what that means.
I'm asking you.
It's got a nice hibiscus flower on it.
You knew how to pronounce it.
I know. I speak well because I went to East Islip High School. Not that anything, but I have no idea what artisan water means.
Put it down. Do you need a countdown or anything? All right. And begin. Michael Kaplan is going to sit there with the face, and we're going to see how long he can sit there in silence. I'm going to get silent, too, for a minute or two. Then I'm just going to continue the show, and we're going to see how long he can hold it. We have 20 minutes left in the show. You think he can go the whole 20 minutes? You know what? I think he might be able to do it. All right. Mary had lymphoma. She's 46 now. You don't look at Mary. You had lymphoma. All good now. Excellent. I'm happy to hear that. And what do? You still have to go for tests or anything? Good for you, though, Mary. I'm happy to hear that. That explains how Richard Pryor got started. His career blew up in his car with his crack pipe. Oh, his clack pipe. Oh, my goodness. Clack pipe. Richard Pryor.
I get it.
You're allowed to speak? Is that what's going on?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're not. Yeah, all right. All right, I'm actually going to turn the mics off for a minute or two. Let's see where this goes. Does that count as breaking him? Because he didn't. He actually, he went like that. He reacted. So that he wasn't. So he made a different face. All right, I'll let that one slide. He's actually sitting there going, And actually, at one point, as I was finishing the water, he actually grunted. Mickey Delaney says he talks, he's out. That's it. Almost. I am admittedly the worst at this stuff, but I'm not the one taking the test. He also lost because he talked. He didn't know, and I don't think I was clear on that. So he gets a pass on that one time. If he speaks between now and 12:30, he loses. All right, John, if you're still watching, and you want to call or give us the word, whatever you want to do. John said he knows the word that'll break Mike. It's one word. So if you want to comment on there with that word, you also said you wanted to tell us a joke. So if you'd rather call first and tell the joke in hopes of breaking him, that's fine too. Whatever you want to do, John. Assuming you're even still watching, you might be getting probed by your nurse. Oh, Mary said she just saw a smile. Oh, I missed it, Mary. I missed it. But I might go back and watch the YouTube feed. All right, John's calling. Okay, we're ready.
Okay. There's 4 nuns that are dead. They're online. They're going to see if St. Peter will let them get into heaven. So he has one question for each nun. So the first one steps in the pearly gates, and she says, "Yes, St. Peter." He goes, "Sister, let me ask you a question. Did you ever have anything to do with a man's penis?" And she goes, "Well, yes, St. Peter. Just once, I looked at one." And he said, "Okay." He says, "Go over there, wash your eyes out with holy water, go to heaven." She goes, "Thank you, St. Peter." Second nun comes up, and she said, same question. She says, "Did you ever have anything to do with a man's penis?" He goes, "St. Peter." He goes, "Yes." He goes, I touched one." He goes, "Okay." He says, "Go over there, wash your hands with holy water." All of a sudden, the third nun jumps the line, goes in front of the fourth one. And he said, "Sister, why did you jump the line?" She goes, "I just want to gargle before the nun puts her ass in the holy water."
Oh, I got him. I think I got him. No, he just spoke. I got him.
I tell you. All right, but that's not the word.
What's the word?
You ready, Michael? You ready? Michael, you ready?
You already failed, so you can speak now, Mike.
Melissa.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Come on, Mike. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah. See you later.
You don't have to be quiet anymore. We got you. Or he got you, I should say. What did he say, Melissa? Who's Melissa? Can you talk about it on the air?
What do you mean I got you? You got this close to my face. How could I not?
Did we say I couldn't do that?
So what did I last? 4 minutes?
No, I think it was like 6 or 7.
Wow, that is. I better practice.
I think that's impressive, actually.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Melissa's. Yeah. It's a lady that he makes fun of me because I happen to think this Melissa woman is extremely attractive and hot to me, and he busts my balls about it.
This is somebody you guys know personally?
Yeah, and that's all we could say,
okay,
yes.
All right. Okay. I was going to say if she was famous or something, then we can talk about it. Got it. Okay.
I wanted to go the whole rest of the way, and if you didn't laugh in my face, I would have.
You didn't say so. If you want to try this again next week or something, if you'd like to do this again next week, come in here next week with some rules, and I will abide by them.
Rules. Yeah.
That's what I.
Well, it's your program.
But you're the one.
I'll bet you $3 I could do it 30 minutes.
Okay. And all right, so come in next week, and we'll go over the rules on the air with everybody.
Yeah.
To make sure we all agree,
Okay.
because we may have to negotiate a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, all right. How
Even
much?
the input? Huh?
How much money?
Well, I don't gamble like you, so $3
$3.
or anything you like.
I was going to say, why don't we bet lunch or something?
Okay, that's good. That's nice. Yeah, we haven't had lunch together in a while.
Okay, so lunch. Okay, all right. How was my joke? Says John. I actually know that. I knew that joke.
I don't know that joke. I think
That was a
he's
great
told
joke.
me that joke before, but as you know, I'm very hard to. I'm a hard audience to laugh.
Yes.
Is it a good joke? Yes.
I think it's a
Yeah,
great joke.
yeah,
I
it's
really like that
fucking
one.
Great. Yes, John, it's a very good joke. Yes.
The Catholic choir. What do they see in those little shits? What? What do they see in those little shits? What is that? What? Oh, you know what? I think there was a comment before that I should have read first. Why is that whenever I'm in church, the priest is making me stand, then sit, then stand, then sit, figure out which way you want to... Oh.
Oh,
all right.
boy.
Yeah,
oh,
we're going to
boy.
stop there.
Oh.
All right, Fremder. All right,
The
Fremder.
face is going back on.
If only we should make him take that test, that Fremder. All right, so I did the take for granted thing.
Do you know a serious person? You must. You know a lot of people.
Yes, I do.
Because it's actually it's a style of method acting. You just bring yourself to a place. So while I was sitting here with you, I was thinking of a very rough time in the recent pages, something rough that's been going on, like with my mother and my father's funeral, and you're there again.
Okay.
So you don't believe in?
It's not that I don't.
method
No,
acting.
that's not it at all. I was just sitting here wondering if I can do that, but I don't.
Oh,
I don't know
think
if
you can do that. You're a good actor, but you're a very good
appreciate that.
comic actor.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's my
Yeah.
that's my preference as well. But
Yeah.
I mean, I've done drama, and depending on the role, I think I've done justice to certain roles. There are other things that I feel I was terrible at. When I had Greg Halverson in here on Monday, we were talking about stuff like that. I thought when I played Phantom in Phantom of the Opera, I thought I was terrible. I can't.
Oh, I didn't think you were terrible. I saw it a couple times.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought it was terrible. I have video of it. I can't even watch.
Well, first of all, that's a very hard thing to pull off in that kind of setting, in a very small setting, and that's a very physical, very over the top role.
See, that's what I had the hard time with, being over the top, and
Yeah,
the
in
director,
such a small setting.
the director, yeah, they were really pushing me to get over the top, and I never felt like I satisfied them, because even during the run of the shows, they kept coming to me, the two directors, you do this, and I need more of this, and I was like, man, I don't know, I just
And yet, at that time, most everyone was seeing Phantom on Broadway.
yeah.
So that was a big
Surprised we were allowed to do
responsibility.
it. Actually, now that you say that,
Yeah,
yeah, I bet you we weren't. I don't know if she applied for.
there
You know,
had to
the-
be some sort of copyright thing or something.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. What do you? Is there a show that you feel you weren't good in?
The one which you just had me do, I thought I was downright awful.
Oh, in December, the one we
Yeah.
talked. No, you weren't awful
Well,
at all.
I know I wasn't prepared. But
There were definitely issues with the lines with everybody that day, but it was
Yeah.
a very bad audience that I think kind of shifted the energy and things. But I would say character wise, I thought you were fine. I thought you had the character. Lines weren't lines. It was just an off day, but character wise,
that's a great question. Do I think I ever had a bad show? The answer I'm going to tell you is no. And
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Not because maybe my performance was off or I missed a line or something like that, but if I was able to make someone laugh or someone cry or move their emotions in some kind of way, in some sort of barometer, and made them forget about how hard life is outside that theater for just a couple hours,
Right.
which I know I did every time, that's highly successful.
That's an interesting question to me. Have you been in a show where you had to do, you're in scenes that had, that was supposed to possibly make people cry. I don't know if I've ever done a show like that.
Yeah, I played the Wizard in Wizard of Oz, and they wanted me to be very menacing. I was off. I was, and it was geared for to be a children's show. So I played Silas Barnaby in March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Okay.
My aunt had to carry my son out when I came out on stage because they had me made a very ugly.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about scaring. I'm talking about like a touching.
Sad?
Yeah, like not even sad, but just a touching moment. Like that would make somebody tear up. Like,
Brighton Beach Memoirs.
You did Brighton Beach Memoirs?
Yeah, I played the father. That was the first
When?
community theater. Oh God, early '90s.
I did. I played the father in high school.
You did?
Yeah.
Stanley.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of scenes that are touching in there.
There are.
He's sitting on the park bench with, I think it was the niece or the son.
There's the father has two scenes with Stanley.
With
that
Stanley.
Could be a little a tearjerker. He's got the scene when his wife and her sister are fighting.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he comes in and breaks it up.
Yes.
And then there is a quick scene with the niece too that
Yeah.
I don't know if that would make you cry, but it's a nice little
it's
scene.
a little touching scene.
That's a great role.
Great role. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it was high school, so
Yeah, there's a community theater, Flower Fields, up in Wisconsin. That was
still there.
awesome.
I've never heard of it.
No, it's gone.
I've never heard of that.
It's gone.
How long ago was that?
30 years ago.
So it was before we met.
Yes. So it was only a couple of years before we met. I did that.
30 years ago.
No. This was early '90s.
All right, that's 30 years
right
ago.
after I got out of the army.
So you would have been what? In your
I was young.
Late 20s, early 30s?
Yeah, I think I was about 30 years old. I was young.
Why were you playing the father?
I have no idea.
You auditioned for that?
I auditioned for the show, but that was the only part that
Right.
that
So
I was
so you saw an audition for it. You're like, oh, let me go try out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, basically the only role. Well, I mean, maybe you could play the older brother, but
no.
So you were trying out to play the father, who probably was late 40s, early 50s.
Easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's weird.
But I was much heavier at the time.
You were.
I was much heavier at the time. So
and you've always, since I've known you for 25 plus years, you've always had a great speaking voice. So I can, I guess I can see it. I guess.
And that was so much fun.
I would love to do that role again. Actually,
Yeah,
now
me
that
too.
I'm older and it fits.
We would probably play it much better, a little bit differently. Yeah, because we've been fathers for years.
Yeah, I would love to do that role again. Have you moved someone to demand their money back? No.
Wait, what was the question?
Andy Plajanos, have you ever moved someone to demand their money back? I've done murder mysteries where people want their money back because they're not happy with the venue, and the food and the service.
Yes.
Not because of the performance. I have never.
Oh, I see.
One time we did have people ask us to stop, or I should take that back. Had us stop. We were somewhere in Jersey. We were doing some high end fundraiser. People with money, and they were your stereotypical snotty people with money, and they had the area for the show. Then they had a row of tables, and then there was another open area for the silent auctions. So a lot of times they'll say, do the silent auctions, all right, but the show's going to start, so we have to stop that for now. We'll do it again later.
Yeah.
Or they just bring it out after the show, or, whatever. But they left that open while the show was up. So people are going over there, bidding on stuff, looking at stuff, and they're talking to each other.
I see.
And they're serving alcohol, so eventually a whole crowd gathers over there while we're competing. And we were getting mad. We were visibly getting mad because we really and this happened. This started within 10 minutes of the show starting, and we're trying to yell over these people. We're making faces. Again, they knew we were not happy, and so it was one of those shows where we come out. They were going to serve dinner, so we were going to take a break and then come back. We did 20 minutes. Dinner is coming out, so maybe we did another 2 or 3 after that to find a good spot to break the show. So we stop. We go backstage. Sure enough, the woman that hires us, she is livid. She is so mad. She goes, I can't apologize to you guys enough. She goes, I can't believe I am friends with these people that can be this rude to you guys.
Yeah.
She goes, but she goes, I'm not getting them back. She goes, I can tell you, and I agreed. No, we're not going to get these people back. They're over there. They're drinking. They were.
So that was it.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah. She goes, look. She goes, I'll pay you. She goes, but yeah, I am going to ask you to stop. And I couldn't get out of there fast enough. But then I got pissed because then Eric decided to. He decided to stay. He next time, she's like, please eat, because we weren't out there with them. We had our own dressing room. We can eat in there. She's like, please, the food just came out. Please eat. Please, enjoy some food. And then, if you want to take your stuff and go.
Mm-hmm.
So Eric finished eating, and I don't even think he may have said that he was going to do it, and I was like, no. He then decided to go back out to do a little crowd work, but then he wanted to call the raffles, call the numbers. I'm like, why? Like, they paid us. They asked us to stop. Like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
we were in
absolutely.
Jersey. I think it was a good hour and a half, 2-hour drive. Like, let's go. They didn't ask us to call the raffles, but he went out there.
He did.
He did. He and another guy that was with us at the time. The two of them went out there together to try to do this like duo crowd work, pick on people. Then we'll call the numbers, and they flopped. They flopped. And I'm not saying that to be mean to Eric.
No, I know
it's
you're
just
not.
a fact.
That just doesn't make any sense to do that.
I was furious because I couldn't just get. We took 2 cars.
Yeah.
With the whole cast in it, but I always carried the equipment.
Yeah.
So
so you couldn't even leave.
I couldn't leave. Yeah. Oh, that was not a good night. Not a good night. And I guess we'll end on that. Anybody else hear about Sean Combs on Broadway in Diddler on the Roof?
Here you go.
That guy's in trouble, man. All right, that's it.
That's what I think about that joke.
Yeah.
Sorry, no offense. No
No,
offense.
you meant offense, and he deserves it.
I meant the fence.
You meant offense.
Okay.
You meant to offend. Hey, go to Gov's. Did I just get a text? Let's see. Oh boy, I have 4 texts. My mother says that feeling never goes away. So she sent that at 12:04. Oh, I guess wanting the time with the kids back.
Aw.
No.
I love you, Mama Walker.
She I was trying to think of something stupid to say about my mother, and I was coming up empty. So I'm like, how do I stall? What do I do?
Yeah.
And I just came up empty. So, yeah. So, hey.
Well, if you want to have a good time, you need a good watch.
Were you reading a friend or comment? No? Oh, you just came up with that yourself. All right. I'll be silent if you tell jokes like that. All right. Hey, govs.com. Go see a great comedy show. This weekend, some of the names you'll see on a governor's stage. Drew Frazier, The Men of General Hospital. Excuse me, Jeff Dale. Greg Radin. Ron Nobles. Sasha Serbulj. Serbulj.
Wow.
There's one vowel in that word. Serbulj. Serbulj.
And you know what? It's a man or a woman.
It's a man.
It's a man. So they might just say, yeah, just it in their native tongue. It could be just Cyril.
That's true. Could be Cyril.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it kind of sounds like Sir Bulge.
Sir Bulge. Wow, that'd be a good moniker.
S-R, Sir, B-U-L-J, Bulge. Sir Bulge. Refer to my bulge as Sir.
Sir. That's a great rapper name, Sir Bulge. I'm surprised no one ever came up with that name.
Well, do you follow hip-hop that you would know if anybody has that name?
Not
Your son,
very little.
Both of our sons, they would know. We'll have to call up our sons. You know anybody by the name of Sir Bulge? Eric Casson is playing the Giggle Room this weekend with Mike Keegan and Carla Olkerson and Sean Brown. You can even see Alvin Kwai, Joe Curry, who's great, Moody McCarthy, Joey Vega. Go to govs.com and make your reservations. Also, of course, don't forget Knock 'em Dead Comedy. September 27th, we're doing a murder mystery at the Brokerage in Belmore. September 28th, we're in the Giggle Room doing a trivia night. And December 21st, we are playing, McGuire's out there, out east, where we're doing another murder mystery show. Oh, what happened? Well, you're in my face. Go to govs.com, make your reservations, and see their full schedule. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com, check out our schedule, and you can get all the information on hiring us for your event.
Mary Bourne said, it's a great show, guys.
Oh, very nice. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate it.
Mary.
Fremder, when I do get my Govs Radio Award for Most Dedicated Listener, that no one cares for. You are definitely one of the most dedicated listeners, pal, and we do appreciate that. No one cares for, we're only joking, and that's not true. In fact, you've been here, twice? And I've been bugging. Yeah, he's been in here, Fremder. Yeah, he's been in here.
I thought he'd be more than that, because...
that he's been here? It might be more.
Pun-related comedy he does, but it's quite a quick-witted mind he has.
Yeah. No, he's a lot of fun, and we pick on him, in fun. We're messing around. He's a good sport about it. But he's definitely part of the family here. John Rusiello says, "My sweethearts." Is he talking about us?
I think so.
I'm glad he's in Florida. All right, we're getting out of here.
My sweetheart.
Mike Kaplan, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
nice to see you.
Oh, nice to see you. Thank you, Tony.
Next week we got a bet. Let's see what happens. Today is Wednesday. I think
we didn't talk about the clowns. Maybe next week.
Oh, sorry.
Next week. That's okay.
All right, we can do it next week.
Sure.
It's
your program.
Well, it's yours too. I was contemplating talking about De Niro today, but
oh shoot, yeah.
Yeah. But
wow.
But we didn't do it, which is probably fine.
Yeah.
So today is Wednesday. I think we're done for the day. Coffee with the Dog tomorrow at 9 a.m. Me and Frank are in here tomorrow at 11 a.m. With musical guests Diane Fogarty and David Saul. David, I don't know. Diane, I do know, but I haven't seen her in years. I don't know if they have a band together or Frank just asked them both to come in. I have no idea. But she's a great singer and a lot of fun. So and these Thursday shows of bringing in musical guests have gotten a very good response. So, we're having fun with them. And Frank, I think he's got musical guests lined up every Thursday through September.
Wow, that's nice.
So, so it's going well. So we're looking forward to that tomorrow.
He's a nice boy.
Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's definitely the nicer one of the two, without a doubt. When my mother said that before, you never. I think she was talking about Timer Frank. And then Friday is me and Andy.
Look at John. If he shows up next week, wise ass.
Yeah, but see, that's the trick. When you get challenged like that, you always show up. So that's John do that to him every week.
That's part of his brilliance. He knows how to get people going.
Melissa. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, pal.
Thank you.
See ya.
Comedy for your event today. What will you experience at a Knock 'em Dead Comedy Murder Mystery Show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knock 'em Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knock 'em Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and